welcome to a very special edition of The Wedding Show. We've come to one of the world's finest wedding and honeymoon destinations, the love-drenched, sun-soaked islands of the Bahamas. Over the next 60 minutes, I'll be bringing to life all of your wedding dreams, and if you're looking for inspiration, where better to start than the place where romance was born, in paradise. But if you've simply got the winter blues, feel them melt away as I bring some Caribbean sunshine into your life. Throughout the course of the show, we're going to be exploring these idyllic and enchanting islands, the most beautiful beaches, and reviewing the finest restaurants and the best hotels. So whether you're planning your wedding, honeymoon, or both, sit back, relax, get yourself a cuppa and imagine you're on Paradise Island. Let Wedding TV take you away from it all. When choosing your wedding hotel in the Bahamas, you're simply sport for choice. There are the small boutique hotels, the all-inclusive package deals, or even the 4 diamond rated hotels like the Radisson Al Lucaia. Joining me now is the communications manager here at the hotel, Ernestine Moxie. It's lovely to meet you, Ernestine.
Hi, Sam.
I have to say it's absolutely fabulous. I'm guessing the weddings here are fabulous too. Tell us a bit about them.
They are, absolutely. Actually, for the weddings here at our resort, we can do anything for your bride and groom. We do have over 90,000 square feet of meeting space, and we're located right on the beach. 362 acres, and 7.5 of that is on our white, pristine sand beach. We have 3 spectacular wedding gazebos, and they are located on the beach as well.
Yeah, that's great to know, because there are quite a few hotels in the Bahamas that are all inclusive, so I'm guessing the weddings are very similar, but this place, it seems to kind of offer a very unique mix and match, so you can have the wedding that you want.
Absolutely. We do have a number of wedding packages, actually. They range anywhere from a vow renewal, and then we can go as extravagant as a lanai package. And the price range anywhere from about $1,000 to about $7,500. But then again, we can also design something for you totally unique that fits whatever your needs and desires are.
That's absolutely fantastic. So is there a limit to how many people you can cater for?
In terms of a limit, we can literally do anything from 20 persons to about 2,000 persons.
And of course, you've got this amazing hotel and villas attached to the hotel. So I'm assuming that the bride and groom can sneak off and have their own private villa while the rest of the wedding party stay here.
Absolutely. And I'm happy that you said that, because we are a very large resort, but we are divided into 3 areas that makes it very, very intimate and romantic as well. We have our suites that are located right on the beach itself, right on the ocean. But besides that, there's the destination experience here at the resort. We have tennis, we have golf, and of course we're on the beach, so we have unlimited water activities as well.
That sounds perfect. And for the big day itself, have you got like recommended suppliers, people that you work with all the time that are kind of trusted, that know the hotel and what style works well with this hotel?
Absolutely. We have a number of vendors that we use for our florists, also our cake specialists, photographers, videographers, musicians. So we have quite a number of industry partners that we work with very, very closely to make sure that that special day comes out memorable.
I think there's going to be quite a few people at home now very tempted by what you had to say there. So if people do want to get in touch, they're thinking about getting married at the hotel, what would you say to them?
I'd say, you know what, visit us on our website, www.arlucaia.com, or give us a call, and we would be more than happy to answer your questions. And the only thing that separates your day is your call, so call us right away.
Thank you very much, Ernestine. It's been lovely to talk to you. So let's go and check out more of this hotel, shall we? And guess where you found me? The spa. Well, we all love a bit of pampering, don't we, ladies? But while I get my aches and pains soothed away, here's a few words from the president of the Bahamas Bridal Association, Anna Fox.
I'm performing weddings here in the Bahamas. As president of the Bahamas Bridal Association, my job is to ensure that The meetings are conducted in a proficient manner, as well as to ensure that all the standards of the Bahamas Bridal Association are adhered to by all its members. First of all, you must listen to what the client wants. When you meet a client or when a client contacts you, listening is very important. You have to be able to determine the personality of that particular client. You have to be able to know the type of atmosphere they would like to create for their wedding and be able to carry it out and to be able to say to them, look, for the fact that they're not here, we're here, they're over there, so they rely totally on us to be able to carry out their wishes. Paying attention to details, making sure that you create the environment for the client, making her day memorable so that when she leaves, she can say, this was truly the wedding that I anticipated or the wedding that I envisioned. The Bahamas has beautiful beaches. I think our climate is just perfect for a perfect wedding, and our people are very friendly, and not only are we very friendly, but we're very gracious people. Because tourism is our first industry, we just go all out just to make our bride feel satisfied or to make her feel comfortable and to just welcome her. The Bahamas Bridal Association has a website, and on our website we have a list of consultants, we have a list of all the vendors that we work with, and also on the website we also have the requirements by which a couple would need to meet before they can marry in the Bahamas. First and foremost, if a client is coming from the UK, one of the things they need to know is what are the legal requirements that they have to satisfy before they can marry in the Bahamas. So all of that information is posted on our website.
We'll be hearing from couples who have chosen the Bahamas as their wedding destination later on in the show. But first, to tempt your taste buds, some traditional Bahamian cuisine.
I'm Sue Lawrence, and I'm the event coordinator and sales director at Luciano's of Chicago. I pretty much arrange all of the private events at the restaurant, most of which are wedding related. We do a huge number of rehearsal dinners as well as wedding receptions. We've been going here about 6 years, and we've decided on an Italian restaurant because most people around the world seem to eat Italian food, including kids. Our food is simple, straightforward. We involve a lot of the Bahamian cuisine because we've got the local fresh fish, lobster, conch, and we've incorporated that into our menu. But pretty much other than the Bahamian things, the food is pretty much Northern Italian. We offer bridal services that relate to anything that we do on property. We are not actually wedding planners per se, but we can coordinate or assist with anything that actually happens on our property, whether it's flowers, photographers, decorators, etc. We do weddings here from 10 people to 400 people, and from very, very basic to extremely elaborate. We have a very large banquet package, which includes family style and plated lunch and dinner menus, cocktail reception menus, beverage information, etc. The family style is what's very popular right now, and Bahamians actually love it when they come and do functions here because it involves a couple selections each course, which get put on the table on platters, and everyone helps themselves. It's a very friendly, social way to eat. It works very well for a rehearsal dinner or a sort of family affair. Everybody's on a budget nowadays, even people that have a lot of money. Pretty much, although we have all of these banquet menus and we have many options for people to look at, almost every wedding we do is completely customized. We have to just tailor a menu that's going to fit their budget so that they get the look and the feel that they want. We also have a very comprehensive website which has a lot of photographs of the restaurant. It has our complete lunch and dinner menus as pop-up documents. You're also able to make reservations directly through our website. We get a lot of recommendations also through the wedding planners and from the Bahamas Bridal Association because we do a lot of work with the bridal community here.
What a perfect place to take the family on the eve of your big day. Now, are you the type of bride-to-be who may accidentally leave her dress behind? Well, our next guest will prove invaluable. Besh, it's lovely to meet you.
It's great to have you. Welcome to La Maison de Besh.
Yeah, I hear that you're the lady that people come to if they need a dress, and fast.
Yes, they need it fast, and they need something totally different.
These are absolutely fantastic, these Bayesian dresses.
What I did is I created a collection specifically for getting married on the beach. You know, when you're on the beach, sometimes you don't want to bring the whole big silk gown out there. So you want something that's very beachy and whatnot, so we can tone it down. We can do it at different levels. So this here is a skirt. Another one of our skirts, it's organza, it's embroidered. It has all these beautiful little organza petals on it, and you can wear it with one of these tops. This is a straw bustier or Bahamian braided palm bustier. You can only find this in the Bahamas.
I can see this dress in front of me that's actually beaming.
Well, here we go to the more traditional look. This here was hand designed. I literally sat there and sketched every little line on here, and then we had the team, a wonderful team, and they stitched every stone on one by one.
Gosh.
In our atelier. This is a silk gown also, but it's a hand beaded. It has little sequins, little beads and whatnot, and I love this gown because it has the colors of the Caribbean. It's nice, it's soft, it's easy to put on.
They all look fantastic, but what do they look like on? I'm intrigued.
Oh, we have Cherie. Could you please come out? We have someone. Cherie, oh, isn't she beautiful?
Stunning.
So this Cherie is wearing a hand crocheted top. This was crocheted specifically for La Maison de Besh here on the island. And it's a 4-layer chiffon skirt, so it wraps, accented with little rosettes and the little ribbon and whatnot. Jewelry, we can literally make your jewelry here if you need it, okay? It's something that you can take back and say, I was in the Bahamas and I had something totally Bahamian, because I might as well let you know, nowhere in the world are you gonna find the straw bustiers or the straw tops and whatnot.
You'll find more on the hotels and places we visit at weddingtv.com. That's all for part one, but still to come on today's show. We witness a dolphin wedding, we sample the world's most expensive wine, and take a catamaran cruise around the island. Welcome back. In case you've just joined us, today's show comes from the tropical haven that is the Bahamas. The next step on my wedding tour of the beautiful Bahamas is the impressive Sheraton Nassau Beach Resort. The Sheraton Hotel, based in Nassau, Bahamas, is situated right on the beach and even has its own casino and shops on site. I'm joined now by Denise, who's in charge of the weddings here at the hotel. It's lovely to meet you, Denise.
Yes, nice to meet you too. Glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the weddings that you prepare here at the hotel.
Well, let me take you through the process from the beginning. When we get an inquiry call, first, of course, we do our introductions. We get to know a little about the bride and her fiancé, get to know a little about her family, their background, you know, just in case there's anything that they would like to incorporate from the family heritage or religion. Then we would send them a wedding request packet. They would complete that, and that would give us all the details of what they would like for their ceremony, for their cocktail, for their dinner reception, otherwise known as the breakfast.
Yes.
So after we're done all of that, then we would go and take a look at the date, the time, and you can get married at a local church or at any location outside on our beach.
And one of the important things as well, of course, is the bridal suite. You want to live in luxury or stay in luxury while you're here. And we're in one of the suites now. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Yes, this right here, this room is sometimes used for the bachelor party. If you look around, it's very spacious. You have lots of balcony space for you to have any type of party. And then you have 2 bedrooms. And, you know, some of the couples, when it comes to the night before the wedding, they don't want to be together. And each person in the bridal party, they can sleep on either side, so the groom can sleep on one side and the bride on the other, and they don't have to see each other because there's separate rooms to get outside.
Perfect, yeah. I hadn't thought of that. I was thinking maybe they put eye patches on if they're sharing the same bed and shut their eyes as they do.
So they would have their own room in the suite and their own bathroom.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about the reception as well, because obviously the big party that takes place after the wedding, what do you offer in terms of the party afterwards?
The party afterwards, we can party all night if you like. And we have, a chef that has traveled around the world, and so his food is very international. He has Asian influences, European influences, and of course, he is a Bahamian, so there's the Caribbean influence. So you can choose from an a la carte menu where you would have a 3-course, 4-course, 5-course, whatever you like, or you can have a buffet.
So packages-wise, for people watching at home that might be thinking of coming to the Bahamas, what do you offer?
Well, for our wedding ceremonies, the packages, they start from the most simple and basic, and the first one is called Simple and Elegant. And so that includes all of your marriage license applications, the trip to the registrar, so all of the paperwork portion that, of course, is most important to make your marriage official. It includes the site, the setup. It includes the bride's bouquet, the boutonniere, a room amenity, which is on the night of your wedding. When you get back, you would have something special in the room. That's a token from the hotel, whether it's champagne, it's chocolate-covered strawberries, it's a native basket, which would have, native cakes, native candies. But, once we talk, it depends on what we know about you, what we think you would like, and then we would tailor that to suit you.
That's excellent. So lovely to meet you, Denise.
Very nice.
I've got to let you go because you have a wedding this afternoon,
Yes,
don't you?
I do. I've already spoken to the bride and groom this morning. Right now, she's getting her hair done down at our spa. Okay. And so I'm going to check on her in a few minutes, make sure everything is going well. Then I'll head outside to get everything set up.
Well, good luck with it. I'm joined now by Christy and Jonathan, who tied the knot here just a few days ago at this resort. Guys, you must still be buzzing from the big day.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, we had a lot of good memories. We had a great time and still thinking about it.
Yeah, and the weather's guaranteed, obviously, when you're in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, no, weather's been fantastic. We got 0 degrees and snow in the United States.
Back at home.
Yeah.
Well, thank God you came over to the Bahamas for the big day. So take me through the day itself then. You obviously got married down on the beach?
Yeah, we got married on a beach pavilion about 4 o'clock, so the weather was real nice. And we got ready before that. We had the ceremony. It was about 20 minutes. And then we had a 5 to 6 hour reception.
And you guys are here enjoying the sunshine now. Are you on your own, or have friends and family come over to join you?
Just ourselves now, but there was 18 of us total, so they all left a couple days ago.
Yeah. I bet your friends loved you when you said, we're going to get married in the Bahamas.
Yeah, they were all excited.
And so how did you find this resort? Was it on the internet, or was it kind of going to somewhere in the States?
Well, yeah, we kind of did some research on the internet, checked out different wedding packages. I had emailed or called about 6 different hotels on this island and just looked at what they had to offer and thought this was the best.
So you're enjoying your honeymoon now. What are you doing? What are you taking part in the Bahamas?
We've just been checking out all the sites. We went over to Atlantis yesterday and just had some different food and checked out the beach and the aquarium, and we're gonna go downtown today and jet ski tomorrow and just kind of winging it.
And guys, obviously people are going to be watching at home in the UK thinking, well, maybe I will go to the Bahamas, maybe I won't. They might be a bit nervous. What would you say to them?
I think as long as you micromanage everything, it's not going to be a problem. I mean, we talked with the wedding planner, but then we also talked to the cake designer, the photographer, to make sure everything was good. We talked to the DJ, and then when we were, for the plane ride itself, she carried her wedding dress, I carried my tux. As long as we had that and the rings, we can get married. So
exactly.
We made sure we had everything on hand.
Well, it's absolutely lovely to meet you, and enjoy the rest of your honeymoon here.
Thank you very much.
One of the most popular activities in the Bahamas is a personal favourite of mine. Welcome to the world of dolphins. Dolphin Encounters on Blue Lagoon Island is one of the top tourist attractions in the Bahamas. A boat runs tourists to and from the attraction.
My name is Marcus Francis, and I am the island manager. My job is to ensure that the guests are able to enjoy both the animal programs as well as a day on the beach. It's a rewarding experience for our guests.
The sea lions were absolutely amazing. They're so friendly and so smart. I could not believe how amazing those animals are, and they really want you to be with them.
We believe in the concepts of the sustainability of the natural environment. We want our animals to be in an environment that is closely simulated to their natural environment as possible. We ensure that our animals are afforded the best in terms of health care, in terms of diet. We also ensure that they get the love and the stimulation that they would receive matched by no other facility anywhere in the world.
Felt it was the best day of our lives. Spectacular. The dolphin experience was incredible. Yeah, we've been to friends' weddings that were normal, and this was not normal.
Yeah.
It was the best.
We recommend that to everybody.
I'm excited about the services that we offer with regards to weddings. As a matter of fact, we can take you before the wedding. We offer very exciting opportunities and very creative ways for proposals. Our dolphins, they're very smart, and they can go and retrieve the ring and do that sort of thing. Once or twice, we even had a dolphin that proposed.
I think after putting the ring on my beautiful new wife's hand and then flying with the dolphins pushing us in the water, that was absolutely spectacular.
Within our marketing department team, we have a group of individuals that specializes in wedding. They would help with the decor. They would help with the arrangement in terms of what meal plans you want. From start to finish, your day is organized with us. And after the wedding, if you want to just relax on the beach, you're welcome to go ahead and do that as well.
And if that didn't float your boat, maybe this will. The turquoise blue seas surrounding the Bahamas make catamaran and snorkel days very popular. The tour takes you through Nassau Port and out to one of the many coral reefs surrounding the island.
Well, I'd like to welcome everyone to Apple Island, the island behind us over there. That is called Apple Island. Back over on that side, that is New Providence. Now, the coral reef is all the dock area, which is located right here in the front of the boat. This is where we want you to remain at all times once going in the water.
Tours last a minimum of 2 hours and are a great day out for the whole family. The coral reefs are teeming with aquatic life. Wow, how stunning was that? This really is an island where dreams come true. Still to come in part 3, lots of Bahamian goodies for you to see. See you then. Greetings from the sunny paradise island of Grand Bahamas. How amazing is this place? You know what, I think you're going to need to pinch me because surely this is a dream. Coming up, we check out Nassau Old Town, sample some of the island's many activities and taste some of the island's many delicacies. Not only beautiful, the Bahamas are islands overflowing with history. Take a look as we guide you through some of the more rustic destinations. Nassau has a rich history. The island was first discovered by Columbus and later inhabited by Americans loyal to the British Crown after the American Revolution. For many years, the islands were notorious for the cutthroat pirates and smugglers that dwelled there. It gained its independence in 1973. Friday night is fish fry night and a real treat for foodies out there. Tourists and locals alike flock to downtown Nassau to sample the excellent cuisine. But if you're not into sightseeing, don't worry, the Bahamas has plenty to keep you occupied. Whether you're into jet skiing, sailing or paragliding, the waters around the Bahamas are perfect for the water sport enthusiast. Whether it's a beach wedding or a church wedding, the islands can cater for all tastes. I'm now in the chapel at the Garden of the Groves, joined by the lady in charge, Erica Gates. It's lovely to meet you, Erica.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
I have to say, this place is amazing. It's very, very tranquil. I want to stay here forever. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it is actually a historic chapel, and it is situated in the Garden of the Groves. And Garden of the Groves was dedicated to the founder of Freeport, Lucaya. The chapel was built in 1973, and it is consecrated non-denominationally, so a wedding of any belief is possible here.
That's fantastic, and I can see it's quite a small, intimate place. So how many people can you cater for in here?
The chapel seats 50, but we can have a sound system outside, so we can accommodate another 50 people outside. A total of a wedding party of 100 would be appropriate here.
Tell us a little bit about the places. Take us through each one.
Okay, we have the labyrinth, and the labyrinth, of course, is a spiritual walking path. Labyrinths have been around for thousands of years, and this is a replica of the original labyrinth that was built in the Cathedral of Chartres in France in 1201. And we have the first labyrinths in the Bahamas and throughout the Caribbean. Many people confuse a labyrinth actually with a maze. When they see it first, they say, oh, it's a maze, but it isn't. They're two very distinct things. Labyrinths are there to guide you on a spiritual walking path which represents your life. And a maze is there to challenge you and to confuse you. So they're totally different.
That's really interesting. So a labyrinth would be a great way to start your life together.
Absolutely. We can even have the groom in the center of the labyrinth expecting his bride to be walked by the father giver to him, and there's a beautiful ceremony while the music plays.
That sounds wonderful. Can you tell us about some other areas here?
Our patron saint of the garden is Saint Francis of Assisi. And St. Francis has his own little pagoda, and it seems to be one of the most popular wedding spots. It is more economic, and for young couples especially, if they just choose, especially on a destination wedding, they may come on their own without a wedding party, and then it becomes very reasonable to be married at St. Francis. And there is a third spot, or actually a fourth spot, which is the hibiscus garden. And again, if you are on your own, this is perfect. It's going to be a budget place, but if you bring your 200 people, then it is also quite inexpensive to become married at the hibiscus garden, and a beautiful setting.
So after the ceremony, where does everyone go for the reception?
Here at the garden, we have a cafe and restaurant, and there is a possibility to have the reception right here, whether you just prefer the reception, maybe a champagne reception, or have a full sit-down dinner or buffet. We are able to cater that and provide that for up to 200 persons.
So for people watching at home now that are thinking that they may come over here and get married, what do they need to do?
Well, all they need to do is contact us via our website, and we just want to welcome everybody who is going to get married here at Garden of the Groves.
Well, I have to say, it's absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Erica. I'm going to head off now and try and find that labyrinth. While I make my spiritual path through the labyrinth, why don't you feast your eyes on some of the island's scrumptious cakes?
My name is Teresa Carey, and I'm the proprietor of Sweet Inspirations Bakery. And we've been in existence well over 12 months. I've actually been baking for over 23 years from home. Whenever a client comes in, sometimes they have an idea of what they want. We try to duplicate it as much as possible. Sometimes they bring pictures, or they just have an idea. Sometimes I start off with an idea, and before I'm finished, I think I get an inspiration from God, and He gives me the correct design that I want to achieve. I try to give the client a piece that not only entice them by certainly tasting, but certainly they will be enticed with the eyes. We've seen a change from the tiers. They're now moving into stacks. They're stacking the cakes one right on top of the other. In fact, this is a stacked and this is stacked. We've moved away from using the dowels and the pillars to raise the cakes. And also we're seeing an increase in requests for rolled fondant, which gives a very, very smooth, silk-like finish. But we're still doing the buttercream. The buttercream is still there. I don't think the buttercream will ever go away. but persons are now becoming a little bit more sophisticated and they'd like to see a little different finish. And so we are getting now a request for roll fondant. The icing, they're made from scratch. There are times when I do have to help out in the bake shop, but everything is done by hand. There is nothing that is done by a machine. Each little flower is done just by piping. Even the little petals and stamen that's needed to be put in, it's put in by hand. The best way is to certainly have some idea of what they're looking for, and a picture of what they want is always the best way to go. Because sometimes, you know, they may be thinking something and I might be thinking something, but it may not be. And so the best thing to do would, of course, have a picture or some artistic rendition that they can present to us, and we will do our very best to give them exactly what it is that they want.
My name is Deanne Williams. I'm the wedding and event coordinator here at Graycliff Hotel and Restaurant. Graycliff plays a very integral role in the Bahamian historical landmark, in that it was the home of the Bahamas' very first royal governor. It was the home of the Bahamas' very first Anglican church. At one point, it was the home of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. It was owned at one point by a very wealthy Canadian couple. They were the ones that built this very lovely pool that you see here. Of course, we have enhanced it. We have 2 restaurants. We have the Graycliff restaurant, which specializes in French, Italian, and Bahamian cuisine. And then we have the Humidor Churrascaria restaurant, where we offer a Brazilian-style dining. In addition to the 2 restaurants, we have 20 elegantly appointed rooms, and it really depicts what Nassau, Bahamas, and Graycliff is all about. And of course, we have the garden area where we host our weddings. We take care of cake, we take care of entertainment. We have our pastry chef that will arrange the most beautiful cake that you can even think of. And then for entertainment, we deal with only carefully selected professional vendors. Our wedding at Graycliff is truly a very elegant and unique one. In addition to that, we have the world's 3rd largest private collection wine cellar, consisting of over 275,000 bottles of wine, and they range from, I would say, $46 per bottle up to $250,000.
My name is Sudhir. I work for this wine cellar. I am in charge of this cellar. And I keep the inventory and stock of all these wines. The estimated value is around $20 million. We have the oldest port from 1779. You can see this. This area we have the French wines. This rack itself worth around $1 million, called a $1 million rack. This is Lafite Rothschild 1900. Here is the oldest bottle of wine in the world, from 1727, and it is from Germany. It's a sweet wine.
Graycliff is unique simply because of the style that is offered here. We are a quaint, lush, beautiful, I would say down-home island style setting, very elite. And it is certainly the place to be for an intimate wedding.
I hope that satisfied your appetite, but if you're still hungry for more, I'll see you in part 4. Welcome back, guys, to part 4 of the Wedding Show Bahamas special. Today we're on Treasure Key, and I've got some little gems for you.
My name is Molly McIntosh, and I'm the sales manager and wedding specialist at the Green Turtle Club, and we're in Abaco in the Bahamas. The special thing about the Green Turtle Club and Green Turtle Key, I think, is the people and the scenery. There's a great ambiance here without any effort put into it at all. It's just a very fun island. The people are very welcoming, and the scenery is beautiful. The backdrop for weddings, you can't ask for any more. It's beautiful here. What we can do is, if there's 2 people coming and they want to get married, we can find witnesses for them, we can find the perfect spot for them, and we can take care of everything so they don't have to worry about a thing. So it just depends on what people want, and we have weddings with over 200 guests. We can have an excellent wedding, and we're very good at parties here. It's just a party place, and the staff is very service-minded. We feel like we're ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, and we take a lot of pride in providing very good value for money. So the service is very important here, and I think it's a great way to get married and save money.
My name is Christy Wong, and I am a local wedding and event coordinator. The type of things that we can put together, we have some very creative people on the island, and it's just basically whatever the bride and her family wants, if it's a wedding or if it's another event. We're limited by their imagination. I would say the most common type of wedding is brides and grooms in their late 20s, early 30s. A lot of them are first-timers, and they definitely want the beach. Without a doubt, that is the most popular. The bride just gives me her budget, and I basically show her what she can do with that budget. And sometimes we can just, work things, maybe cut back on the flowers and, increase on the reception, stuff like that. But there are definitely ways around it.
My name is Terry Roll. I work at the Treasury Post Office in the Bahamas for the last 37 years. And my sidekick is baking, cooking, and catering. The most popular cake that we make is the heart-shaped cake. And that cake is made up of the roses, and it's made of chocolate and red velvet. And the filling inside will be strawberries. And then we also have the fondant, which is called Simply Elegant. The top layer is made out of carrot and red velvet. Filling inside it is cream cheese. And the bottom layer is vanilla with a pineapple filling. And finally, the wedding cake for the day is the seashore cake. Seeing that we're on this beautiful beach in the Bahamas, we came up with the idea of going to the beaches, getting some shells, and doing it with the seashore. And that cake is made of chocolate and vanilla with a strawberry filling.
My name is Troy Albury. The company is Snapshot. We are wedding photographers. We've been in the business for over 20 years. I love to shoot beach weddings. I always like to find something unique with each wedding and each bride and do something that's different with each wedding. We hope that the bride and groom can take back with them many beautiful pictures and an album for their lifetime memories.
My name is Kristen Pierce. I make handmade jewelry. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. This is some of my sea glass jewelry wrapped in sterling silver, and I also work with gemstones. Several of these are all gemstones. And then I have the pearl necklaces with the crystals. And some of these are like what I would call wedding jewelry. I like to keep most of it islandy, but I do a variety of different things. If a bride has an idea of jewelry that they'd like, I can custom make anything. She could just give me a few ideas and I could go from that. Or if she has a picture, I can make something similar. I can do pretty much anything that she would want.
My name is Jennifer Hudson, and I'm a wedding violinist here on the island. I've been here for about 10 years. Prior to that, I was a wedding violinist in Nassau. And I play not only on mainland Abaco, but I travel around to all the keys playing for weddings. The wedding couples in the past used to like the traditional, here comes the bride, but today they're veering away from that, and especially couples who have weddings on the beach, they prefer something lighter, something more like Pachelbel's Canon in D. Sometimes they like to go very different and have an island theme, so they like drunken type music, something a little more lively. So today they tend to like a variety and a lot of romantic music. My most memorable wedding actually took place on a beach. The bride wore a white bikini and the groom wore some black swim trunks with a black bow tie.
My name is Margelle Smith, and I am a fashion designer on the island here in Abaco. I like the idea that I can take a piece of fabric and just design it into a beautiful wedding gown for the bride on that special day. In the Bahamas, we have the blue sea, we have the conch shells, we have the palm trees, and we also have a lot of fabric that's made in the Bahamas. And that's where I get a lot of my ideas from from the beauty that's around the island. I like the tube dress, what my bride is wearing right now, because it's nice and cool, and you know, it shows a lot of the skin, and it shows a lot of the contour of the body. It's really beautiful.
My name is Stephanie Hill. I specialize in florists, wedding designs. I do rentals. I do table decorating, tent rental, chairs, tables, linens. I also do wedding cakes. Our visiting homeowners or guests, they always like that garden look, that sunshine. So they always would prefer out in the garden. I like the orchids and the hydrangeas, which is here, because it gives you that elegant look. If there's any bride watching today, I would like for them to contact me at Amazing Affairs in the Bahamas. I would like to give them a most memorable wedding.
My name is Lovely Reckley. I make jewelry, straw bags, and coconut jewelry. My thing with the wedding business is gift and accessories, jewelry for the bride, the bridesmaid, and gift items for your wedding parties. I love the crystal, seed beads, but I also love working with our natural environment, the coconut shells, the shells. I love stuff like that. And I also make jewelry from the cedar bulbs, they call them, which is very natural. You find them on the beach everywhere, and you can make anything from them. This here is the shell beads. This is a shell necklace. Comes with earring. It's cut shells, it's called cut shells.
And my name is Melinda, and I'm a florist in the islands, and my business name is Buds and Blooms. We provide flowers for all of the bridal party, including the bride, all of our girls, the groom, as well as the groomsmen. We provide the ceremony decorations, and we also provide decorations for the reception as well. Right now, the most popular flower is the orchid, and they come in a lot of different varieties and a lot of different colors. We do a lot of different variations of centerpieces. We like to include a lot of shells here because most of our brides are coming from the US or other parts of the world, so they're really coming here because of the beach, so we like to include that in our arrangements.
So if you've made your mind up and a wedding in the Bahamas is for you, you'll need the help of these people.
Hi, my name is LaSalle Harris, Wedding and Event Specialist on Grand Bahama Island and CEO for La Femme Events. I'm going to give you about 5 tips on planning the perfect Caribbean wedding. Tip 1, you need to make sure you have a valid passport. If you're traveling from the UK, you do not need a visa. Tip number 2, Bahamas marriage regulation stipulates that you will need to be on island 24 hours before you can apply for a marriage license. So make sure when planning your flight arrangements that you arrive at least 1 or 2 days ahead of time. Tip 3, you will need proof of marital status. That is, proof that you are still single. Or if you are divorced, you'll need your divorce decree with the raised seal. Tip number 4, add a little culture to your ceremony. By just adding a steel pan band to your ceremony or a little junkanoo at your reception, it gives your guests a flavor of the Bahamas while they are on vacation. Tip number 5, and the most important tip, make life easy on yourself when planning for your wedding ceremony. Hire a wedding specialist, a certified wedding specialist like myself. I look forward to hosting a special day in the Bahamas with you.
Thanks, Roselle, some great tips there. Now, on today's Wedding Show special, we've taken a look at all the Bahamas has to offer if you're getting married. Here's a quick recap. Well, that just about covers all the bases when it comes to getting married in the Bahamas. A big thank you to all our hosts and, of course, you for watching. I'll see you next time on The Wedding Show.